The reason why NLGN decided to conduct a research project on the future of local government audit is because audit ensures that there is certainty in the system. It creates confidence in the system. And this is especially important at a time where confidence in politicians and in political institutions is at an all-time low. The current context is also very interesting. There are important financial pressures on local authorities, and the Audit Commission has just been abolished. Now, this gives us, in a way, a clean slate on which to reform local government audit. Now, what should be the principles underpinning local government audit? The first principle should be about independence. That means that auditors should be free to conduct their work without fear or favour. The second principle is about ensuring that there is a vibrant, open, plural market. Now, this should enable us to keep the costs down for a start, but also to ensure that there is some healthy competition in the market. The third principle has to do with localism and citizen involvement. We want to make sure that the process is local, relevant to the citizens, and that they can get involved into this process. Now, the government has just released a consultation on the subject. Now, NLGN agrees with the broad principles that are outlined in the consultation, but we think there are a few gaps in this consultation which could have some potentially negative effect on audit. The first one of these has to do with increasing market competition. We don't think that the government's consultation document goes far enough in trying to ensure that there is plurality in the market. The second one relates to citizens and the mechanism that they have to impact on this audit process. We think again that the government proposals are along the right lines, but that they are not precise enough and that the mechanism afforded to citizens are not formal enough for them to make a real difference. NLGN is very keen to work with the government to try and fill some of those gaps. Some of our recommendations, for example, include setting up independent local audit committees. These committees would be responsible for appointing the auditors. They would be made up of a majority of independent members, independent from the council, and a few councillors. This would enable them to appoint the auditors without this decision having an impact on the council. The second principle has to do with simplifying the process. At the moment, local government audit is extremely complicated. It's a long process. It's extremely hard for citizens to understand. And we think that this creates a barrier not only to participation from other actors in the market, such as small or medium audit firms, but also from the citizens themselves. So we think there should be a simplification of the way local government finances are reported. The third recommendation relates to the Audit Commission. We think the Audit Commission should be mutualized. This would enable us to keep all the experience and the expertise that the Audit Commission has acquired over the years into the system. And the final recommendation has to do with transparency and citizens. We think citizens should have a right to appeal if they're unhappy or if they've spotted some irregularities with the way auditors were appointed. This would enable them to participate in the process, both at the point where auditors are chosen and at the stage of reporting. We also think that this participation would foster a greater political engagement from the citizens and enable them to feel more involved in the activities of their local authority.